Welcome back to the Esoteric Initiatory Podcast, a journey into the arcane and the forbidden. On today's episode, we delve deep into one of the most influential and mysterious grimoires in Western occultism, the Key of Solomon. This text, shrouded in secrecy and surrounded by mysticism, has fascinated scholars, magicians, and seekers for centuries. Together we'll unravel its origins, explore its rituals, and uncover its secrets. What is the Key of Solomon? The Key of Solomon, or Clavicula Salomonis, is a medieval grimoire attributed to King Solomon, the legendary biblical figure renowned for his wisdom and command over spirits. Unlike other grimoires, it serves as a comprehensive manual for ceremonial magic, offering detailed instructions for summoning spirits, crafting talismans, and performing rituals. This grimoire represents the culmination of centuries of esoteric knowledge, blending Judaic, Greek, and early Christian influences. It's a foundational text for those who seek to understand the art of high magic. Controversial origins and historical context. While the text is attributed to Solomon, its actual origins lie in medieval Europe, emerging in Latin and Italian versions during the 14th and 15th centuries. Rooted in Jewish mystical traditions like the Kabbalah and Arabic magic, its controversial history reflects a blend of cultures and agendas. Critics argue its content isn't authentically Solomonic, but rather a fabrication by medieval magicians seeking legitimacy. The grimoire's structure is divided into two books. 1. Book 1, Conjuration and Invocation, detailed instructions for summoning spirits and angels, emphasizing purification and tools. Book 2, The Making of Talismans, a guide to creating magical items like pentacles and amulets. These instructions demand moral purity and unwavering discipline, a controversial standard criticized for its exclusivity. Some scholars highlight the influence of various ancient cultures, emphasizing that this blending reflects the syncretic nature of medieval esotericism. It wasn't uncommon for mystics to adapt Jewish, Greek, and Arabic magical traditions into a cohesive framework, reflecting the cultural melting pot of medieval Europe. The rituals of the Key of Solomon. Rituals described in the Key of Solomon are elaborate and demand meticulous attention to detail, raising debates about their accessibility. 1. Purification. The magician must fast, abstain, and perform ritual bathing, a practice some criticize as excessively austere. Proponents, however, argue that these steps serve as a psychological primer, ensuring that the practitioner's intent is pure and focused. Purification is said to create a spiritual resonance, aligning the magician with higher planes of existence. 2. Magical tools. Crafting tools like the sword, wand, and pentacles involves intricate consecration rituals. Critics question whether such elaborate preparations are necessary or symbolic. Supporters counter that these tools are not mere objects but conduits of intent, charged with the practitioner's energy to enhance the efficacy of rituals. 3. The Circle of Protection. This sacred space inscribed with divine names acts as a protective barrier. Skeptics argue its efficacy depends more on psychological preparedness than esoteric power. However, practitioners claim that the circle serves as a symbolic and energetic boundary, safeguarding them from malevolent forces while reinforcing their own spiritual authority. 4. Timing and precision. Astrology plays a significant role in these rituals. Practitioners are instructed to align their workings with specific planetary hours and lunar phases, adding another layer of complexity. Critics argue that this timing may reflect superstition, while advocates see it as harmonizing human actions with cosmic rhythms. Esoteric secrets and modern magic. The use of pentacles and talismans, inscribed with divine names and planetary influences, remains a cornerstone of occult practice. For example, first pentacle of the sun, wealth and success. Second pentacle of the moon, protection against evil spirits. Fifth pentacle of Mars, courage in conflicts. These symbols tap into celestial rhythms, aligning rituals with planetary hours and days. However, practitioners face criticism for playing God or manipulating unseen forces. Yet adherents view these practices as aligning with the divine order, harnessing universal energies rather than defying them. Modern interpretations of these symbols often incorporate visualization and meditation techniques, bridging the gap between ancient ritualistic practices and contemporary psychological approaches. The Controversies of Demonology and Abrahamic Religious Leaders. The grimoire's association with demonology sparks heated debates. Some claim it's a manual for satanic practices, while others argue it's a misunderstood art form aimed at mastering both light and dark energies. Key themes from the sources include secrecy. Practitioners are advised not to share their experiences, citing potential retaliation from spirits or societal ostracism. This secrecy is seen as both a safeguard and a method of preserving the mystique of the art. Ethics. Critics of the grimoire's methods argue the boundaries between summoning and coercion remain blurred. Some question whether practitioners respect the autonomy of the spirits they summon, or if these rituals are inherently exploitative. Psychological effects. Detractors warn about the mental toll of engaging with such texts without proper guidance. The intricate rituals and moral demands can lead to stress or obsession, especially for novice practitioners. The involvement of Abrahamic religious leaders adds another layer of controversy. Historically, these leaders often sought to suppress or demonize practices associated with texts like the Key of Solomon, labeling them as heretical or dangerous. Yet evidence suggests that some clerics and influential figures secretly studied these texts, recognizing their power and seeking to co-opt their influence. In modern times, the influence of these esoteric practices can still be felt in politics and religion. From the ritualistic language of certain political ceremonies to the invocation of divine authority, traces of ceremonial magic continue to shape public life. Critics argue that this hidden involvement raises questions about transparency and power dynamics, challenging the narratives promoted by organized religion. Modern implications. Despite its medieval origins, the Key of Solomon influences contemporary practices. From meditation to visualization, its framework adapts to modern needs. Yet, its controversial reputation persists, with scholars debating whether it's a spiritual treasure or a Pandora's box. The grimoire's teachings are often reinterpreted through a psychological lens, emphasizing its potential as a tool for self-discovery. Practitioners may see the rituals as symbolic journeys, using archetypes and metaphors to navigate their inner worlds. This modern perspective transforms the Key of Solomon into a bridge between ancient esotericism and contemporary self-help philosophies. Conclusion. Embrace the wisdom and controversy. The Key of Solomon offers a glimpse into an ancient world of arcane power. Its teachings challenge us to explore the boundaries of faith, discipline, and the unseen. Whether viewed as a sacred text or a cautionary tale, its influence endures. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the Key of Solomon. If this exploration has sparked your curiosity, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this episode with fellow seekers of esoteric knowledge. Until next time, stay defiant, keep questioning, and may your path be illuminated. Ho Drakon, Ho Magus.